As high schools welcome fans for the start of the fall sports season this weekend, they're also unveiling a new set of conduct rules that those fans will have to follow.
News 12's Shosh Bedrosian is at Central High School, where their football team will kick off their first game of the season tomorrow. So, Shosh, what are these new rules?
Well, Roxanne, the initiative is called No Name and No Numbers, and it's put in place to prevent any type of negative comments coming from the fan section that are aimed at the opposing team. Now, the FCAC conference says they want to enforce this new policy on fans because they want to help the mental health of their athletes, but also the amount of incidents last year increased.
Ready, go!
After a preseason filled with lineups and team building, Central High School in Bridgeport is gearing up for their first game of the season.
We came here to get a job done.
That game against Bullard Havens, an inner-city rival, and it's possible some heckling fans might be in the stands.
We're trying to focus on the big game, and it's bad for our morale as players.
This year, the FCAC will be enforcing the No Names and No Numbers initiative to prevent fans from making negative comments using players' names and jersey numbers.
They hadn't been to games for 2 years. A lot of them don't really know how to behave at games.
FCAC Commissioner Dave Schultz says negative incidents involving fans have increased since the pandemic, while coaches say social media has played a role in making negative comments even more specific to players.
That's where you find a lot of issues is social media nowadays. You see it with pro athletes, you see it with college kids, you see it with, high school kids as well.
The initiative is also targeting the mental health of players and will be enforced by 16 schools in the league, with posters like these hung up around games.
When players are targeted on the field, you don't know how that's going to affect the mental health, situation of that person. So we're also feeling that that's really, going above and beyond just being positive at games, but also maybe just helping someone deal with life a lot better.
The conference says they'll be enforcing this new policy with the help from the crowd control personnel at games as well as student leadership. They say if a fan is not abiding by these new rules and policies, it's at the discretion of the school if they'll be escorted out. We're in Bridgeport tonight. I'm Shosh Bedrosian, News 12 Connecticut.